Okay, so this is a little bit different. So I had this idea kind of impulsively, and the idea was that I would go through dating apps and I would read the bios of all the ones that catch my attention, either the ones that are just the most just out there, just kind of crazy or just kind of whatever, just doesn't match with the person. Now, I don't have the tools to show off their profile pictures to like show who's saying what, but sometimes these profile pics profile bios, they're just kind of crazy. And I've come across a couple that I just wanted to share and I thought might be interesting. So how I did this video is I did the gameplay first. I recorded about like 30 minutes of like just me playing through Tetris and then switching to Puyo and just going, yeah, just playing through that. So that's going to be the gameplay, and I'm just going to be talking about what I see. So hopefully this might be something worth note. This might be a little bit interesting. If not, yeah, fuck it. It was just late night impulsive shit, just something I was literally thinking of like at 1 o'clock in the morning, 12 o'clock in the morning, like at night, midnight. So fuck it. So yeah, if you have any thoughts on this, just comment, let me know. Just general, like anything. If you agree, disagree, if there's like whatever, this is gonna go all over the place. This is just experimental, so bear with me. Now, first app that we go on, let's see what I see over here. So I see somebody, let me see. So we're gonna try to record, so not record, we're gonna try to actually read bios, which is something you don't generally do on dating apps. And there's no bios here that I can read, really. It's hard for me to read any bios on this one, so this one is going to, I don't see any bios. Okay, let me see. Bio, no bio here. Alright, no bio here. Wait, hold on. Nope. That one's fine. Just going to grab. I don't really care about that. Add. Fuck that. Okay, let me switch to one of the apps because I was just going on Tinder for that one. Let me go to this one. Highly, because I know I've definitely seen some bullshit on here. So, in fact, let me just go to one of the ones that I have that crushed on me, which was kind of a red flag. Yeah, I don't really care, dude. Where is it? I can't see it right here. So, reading this bio. I need someone that's serious about getting me pregnant. No games. I don't play games. I'm getting older. I want to have some babies. White or Dominican or Puerto Rican man. Well, at this point, I don't even care. I just want someone to get me pregnant. So, this is the one thing that kind of, like, gave me this idea because this bitch is tripping. So, first off, you're trying to get knocked up by a random stranger on a dating app for a kid. Bitch, you're not even trying to go to, like, get sperm donor. You're not trying to, like, actually go outside, go to the fucking grocery store and just talk to somebody or just, like, get coffee. You're not trying to, like, go to a bar. Your entire thing is going to a dating app for this shit. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you that... And this bitch is 31. I'm sorry. But, bitch talking about getting older, bitch, you're 31. You just got out of your 20s. You're not that old. Yes, you're getting old, but also you should be old enough to just go the fuck outside and socialize or just figure something out. Instead of having to go on some fucking dating app, fucking who knows what and who, trying to get knocked up, getting raw, because she's trying to get pregnant, remember, so raw dog every dude. And... you know, this would be the ideal, like, kind of cum dump that you want to kind of go for, I guess. Like, you know she's, like, down for play. But also, this is probably the type of bitch that'll, like, play games about it. Like, she's trying to, like, get dick down, trying to, like, get pregnant, and, like, by any means. but she'll still probably like do the whole like run around of like shit. So like, I don't know. It's also this bitch is I don't trust just knocking up some bitch that I met off a dating app. That's kind of crazy to me. Like, cause once you get her, like, cause she just says, "Oh, I just want to get pregnant. I just want to get pregnant." You don't know what's gonna happen after that bitch get pregnant. You don't know if she's gonna try to like, cause now the kid is yours, and now there's a whole thing. So it might be she just wanted it to raise her on her own. But what happens if shit gets hard, and then she comes back to you after talking about like, "No, I want child support, or I want like benefit." Like, what happens with that? That's kind of crazy. That's crazy to gamble. Like, bitches be tripping. Yeah. This hoe talking about go with the flow, what you know about me, Glorilla and Sexy Red. Fuck out. Fuck out of here. No. Her perfect date is going out, I would say, because that bitch belongs to the streets. That bitch is on the curb every night, sound like. So that shit was crazy to me. I'd never declined that bitch or what. To this day, this bitch is still like, I didn't even bother responding to that bitch, no nothing. So that's the one that caught my attention enough to like do this entire video idea. Now there was another one. There was a couple, honestly. Shit. God damn it! I gotta go on like across a couple of apps, but let me see. Yeah, this chick has no. No. Nah. Okay, education working. Small things, man. Gesture also go believe. Smallest thing is the biggest gesture. Also go believes men deserve flowers for no reason as well. That's cool. I'm not interested. Now, goddamn, I gotta find some more shit. Yeah, I did not have my shit lined up, so this is just me winging it. Like, I just remember just being on the roll of just seeing all types of bullshit and just being like, yo, just one day. That one was the one that caught my attention. But, yeah, I don't know. I'll probably just edit this video. If I don't see any, or if I just, like, whatever the fuck, I'll just end up editing the video just to add in more people. Now, this one. This bitch goes by Fruity Delicious, or whatever the fuck. I need a real man to take charge and dominate me, be strict in control of me, but treat me a woman and teach me. I am 5 months pregnant. I just found out a boy from being sexually assaulted. Alright, thing about this bio. Bunch of trauma dump at the start. Now, I knew another bitch that hit me with some bullshit like this, like, talked about some shit happened, just like RIP whoever the fuck in her bio. Like, bitch, I don't know who the fuck that is, and honestly, I'm just trying to bust in your face and leave. Like, I don't know why the fuck you're throwing up, like, oh, like, RIP this, I don't know who the fuck, like, who the fuck, BB from across the street, 5th row, like, I don't know who the fuck any of these people are, and I don't give a fuck about any, I barely give a fuck about you. Because if we're being completely honest, I'm on this dating app, like, not necessarily, I don't think many people are looking for longevity on these dating apps. Like, nobody is, like, truly aware. But if you're already throwing up just, like, randomly talking about, like, just, like, your dead homies or whatever, and just, like, before anything, like, you're just self-imposed, you're kind of doing too much information. You're kind of doing too much. If you kind of say that you're like in a vulnerable, and it's kind of a catch-22 a little bit, where if you kind of put out too much that like you're in a vulnerable state or you're just coming off of something else, you're letting somebody know that you're vulnerable, and the wrong person will probably use that as like a way to just like try to be nice to you or something, and just see how far they can get with you, and probably love bomb you or whatever the fuck. So that's some stupid ass thing to do, that I personally think. But so the trauma dumping gave way too much information. Also, you just got pregnant from getting assaulted, and your first move is to go on Tinder and look for somebody to dominate you while you're 5 months pregnant. This bitch doesn't sound like she learns or she thinks. Like, so, yeah, nah. Nah. Like, what made you think, what made you do this? Like, this is, just to me, this is just kind of like, what was going through your head? And this bitch is 26 years old, so she's young. I mean, old enough to know better than to do this bullshit, but still, give some type of leeway, some type of grace where we can. Open to non-monogamous, which is good because you already came into here being a hoe. Well, I'm not gonna say being a hoe because the pregnancy was not her choice, but it is her choice looking for her to get somebody to slut her out while she's 5 months pregnant and looking for strangers online through apps to slut her out and be dom to her. That is her choice. But yeah, that shit was crazy. No, that's a little bit crazy to me. There was another one. Let me see. Let me look through a couple of these. There was one of these that I remember she said something about her being in a shelter or some shit like that, which, let me just say, that also is kind of a thing that kind of upsets me, is because if I'm over here working 2 jobs, or if I'm over here, like, with, you know, trying to, like, pay on my car, trying to do whatever I can, and I have to kind of go with the slim pickings of bitches that are 5 months pregnant, raw dogging everybody that they meet trying to get pregnant, in shelters, but while in the shelter, your kind of priority is looking for somebody to fuck or to mooch off of. Yeah, those are kind of red flags to me. Those are kind of, that's a little bit crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you at all. Let me see. I'm looking on this app for some other shit. I'm just looking to just see on site, because sometimes on site you can just kind of see some shit. But let me see. On site, through some of these pictures, you can kind of just see from the picture that whoever be on bullshit, kind of. And, you know, I don't got a problem with that too much. Mainly because I can create content like this out of it. I think this is the bitch. Yes, this is the bitch. So, first off, she's from New York. Specifically the Bronx. So, red flag. Outside of that, I'm from the Bronx. I stay in a shelter. I am 24, about to be 25. What the fuck happened that you're 24 and you live in a shelter and you're on dating apps? Like, you live in a shelter in New York, in the Bronx, and your priority is... Yeah, nah. Also, I love the beach. I love going on walks. I like going on hikes, walks. I also love painting. Painting is cool. I don't know about going on too many walks in the Bronx. Like, I don't know about that. Like, call me a little bit paranoid, but I don't think that's, yeah, I think we gotta be a little bit careful where we walk in those situations, but that's cool. That's cool. Mainly because I'm fine doing walks or doing things with you if coming into this, I have a house or I have like these things kind of going and I'm trying to impress, or I'm trying to set a high bar for somebody who's in a shelter at 24 years old from the Bronx with a daughter. She's 3, financial help appreciated, just waiting on a voucher. Okay, so not only are you living in a shelter in the Bronx at 24, you've got a 3-year-old which lets me know just how long you've probably been getting around or whatever the fuck, because you got knocked up at 2021, which is whatever. But that just kind of lets me know that's when you got knocked up and you were raw dogging. So you might have been active and going a little bit crazy well before that. It just kind of caught up at 2021. And you had no type of like solid grounding. So you ended up in a shelter, possibly putting your daughter in that situation. And you're going on dating apps looking for strangers to maybe give you a little bit of like money or whatever the fuck. So you probably fucking for cash, low-key, because if you just looking for handouts on dating apps, I don't think that's necessarily how that works. But you over here looking for like aid from strangers, from like men meeting online through apps. Okay, yeah. So hopefully your ideal is just coming across some dude who's just like got stability, which obviously you don't, and just going to put his entire shit just to be like, well, you know what? I'm gonna do a gamble. I'm just gonna do a gamble. I'm just gonna take this bitch out on dates. I'm gonna do all this shit, and I'm gonna take care of her kids. I'm gonna go, like, use my car so she has a place to, like, she has a way to get around. I'm gonna put her in my house. I'm gonna do. This bitch is looking for her life to be. This is Captain Saving Her 101. I would kind of know. So that's crazy. That's kind of crazy. Looking for someone to be there for me, distract me, to have fun with, and help me. If you can't, just don't waste my time. See, that's the thing. What you're saying is you're looking for somebody to help you lift your baggage, which is called a spade, because you just dumped so much on this person, and you're trying to make it seem like, oh, I'm not asking for a lot. Bitch, you asking for a lot. You live in a shelter. You got a whole daughter. You're looking for money, like, off the rip. These are your openers. What the fuck is wrong with you? But this bitch is probably gonna be, like, probably already getting fucked and slutted out, like, all types of ways from all types of different guys or whatever the fuck. So it is what it is. She's probably getting her way. But that's kind of crazy. Is that not? Also, these dating app shits, a lot of New York. I get a lot of New York. I'm not going to fucking New York for some pussy. I'm not doing that. New York is like an hour or some shit away. Like, I'm just not doing, because personally, I don't like doing trains. But, I mean, I'll run a train on a bitch, but what I mean is I don't like getting on local, like, kind of transportation train. Because I don't like having to rely on like train schedule and then having to maneuver like that, and if I want to be at certain places, then I'd rather just drive, and I'll be damned if I'm driving around in New York. Not only because like the actual hour drive and then like driving between places, it's the fucking tolls and everything. Fuck that. I'll sooner go to Philly than I'll go to New York. And Philly can be trashy or whatever the fuck. But it's cheaper in terms of tolls, and in terms of finding parking spots, it's also a little bit more lenient. So, but yeah, Bronx bitch. We got little Ice Spice over here. Alright, so on to the next bitch. Now, let me see. Somebody else. Let me see. Let me get somebody else real quick. There was this one bitch that says, like, summary. She has 3 summaries that just say cool. Like, yeah, no detail on yourself. That's cool. See, that's the thing. It's either no bio, you just a complete turnoff bio, or you just, like, trauma dumping, or it's just, like, I don't know. Like, sometimes, and that's the thing, too, I notice, sometimes bitches be, like, doing shit where it's just so goddamn long, like, bitch, I'm not reading this. I'm not reading this, and I hope you know, I hope you're smart enough to know I'm not reading this. I mean, you're on a dating app, so, you know, but I'm not reading all that shit. if you don't know how to like kind of keep shit simple in terms of what you want or the type of person you are and just kind of consolidate that, bitch, like, I don't think you're an ideal person to exist. And that might be a little bit rough, but keep in mind, when you're on a dating app, you have to keep in mind that you're not the only person on the app. So obviously every chick wants to believe that they're like, oh, like whatever. A lot of people on here want to believe that they're like God sent, that they're the best in the world or whatever the fuck like that. But somebody is swiping through hundreds of people prior to even getting to you on a fucking app. So to think that they're reading through every fucking profile, every single word, you realize how much fucking reading, if anybody does, if half the people like make profiles as long as like some of these other people do you realize how fucking long it would take in a day to go through all this shit, which you have to go through at least hundreds or thousands as a guy, because for every like one woman, there's 10, 20, 100 dudes in the dating app pool, no matter what dating app, to get to her. Statistically, like, that's how it works. Like, and not a lot of people actually recognize that. But when you actually do recognize shit like that, realize these long-ass bios and it's all this shit that you, like, feel like so, you might feel like so, like, oh, what, you didn't read my shit? No, bitch! And I didn't read the 999,000 fucking others before you. I just see somebody, I see the pic, and you look nice, and then I like. And sometimes I can't even do that because realistically, to look at every individual picture and everything like that takes a fuck ton of time too. So you just end up liking. You just swipe like on everything and everything. And just eventually whatever you get, whoever likes you back, then you like work around that. Oh, I don't like this bitch. Okay, let me just decline that one. Okay, I do like this bitch. I'll just message and see that. And then for every chick that you actually do get, right, you do match up with some chick. And maybe you send a message. Thing is, she's already talking to like 10, 20, whatever guys, both on the app and off the app and whatever the fuck. So you send her a message, she either now decides that she doesn't want to fuck with you just based off that one message because it has to be absolutely perfect the way that you like have that one message to her. It has to just click with her the absolute perfect way. Or you just like are in the void and you send a message but she doesn't necessarily see that because she's, like I said, already matched up with all these different people, all these whatever, so she has to like work through all these different guys just to eventually get to you. Which means sometimes you'll match up with a bitch like a month or something prior and you'll like message, but then a month or two later you'll just get a reply to that and you're like, bitch, I don't even, who are you? What the fuck do you mean I'm getting a notification from this person saying like, oh, hey, like, bitch, how many months ago was that? Like, I'm fucking somebody right now. What the fuck do you mean you're now replying to my shit? But that's not even, that's more just the app problem. So, it's just a little bit crazy. Just imagine you're like fucking some bitch and mid-fuck you're getting a fucking notification from your Tinder and shit, and then you have to explain to the chick that you're fucking like, no. I don't even know who the fuck this bitch is. I don't know who she's from I don't even use that app. The last time I used that was like months ago. Like, see, the last time I messaged her was like, see, like that. It's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Guagua. This bitch is very obsessed with Hunger Games. Expert on random serenade and master of cocktails. I'm a professional bird caller. My spare time, I have a hobby of visiting a bookstore at least once a week. Currently working as a children's librarian. And if you want to hear my reinterpretation of the Hunger Games, aka the Hunger Games, let me know. That is not too cringe.
Let's do this.
It's not a turn on, but that's not as bad as Bronx bitch trying to get pregnant, and it's not as bad as those. Yeah, I'm looking for some other shit too. I'm looking. Now this shit, this is kinda, it isn't too long, but sarcasm, silliness, and my love language. I love being on the go and finding new adventures, but also the rainy, lazy days. I'm optimistic and always trying to find what. Like, look, bitch, keep it like 10, 20 words. Writing this whole like thing, like again, keep in mind how many people are actually like doing this shit and how many profiles or whatever the fuck. Like, no disrespect, but I'm not reading all this shit. And I'm not trying to sound like a dickhead. I'm just trying to say, like, it's probably easier to just match up with somebody, and then the minute you match up with them, then you could kind of talk into, like, hey, so what are you into? What type of... Boom. Something like that. Hitting them with a whole essay in the bio? I'm just saying, you can't hit somebody with a whole essay in the bio and be mad when you do match up, they hit you with the standard, like, oh, what are you into? What's your ideal, like, first meetup? How would you, like, whoop-de-whoop? Like, you can't be mad at that if you're going to decide to do fucking paragraphs for a goddamn bio on a fucking dating app where people are swiping through thousands of people a fucking day just to get, like, 10 matches maybe, and of those 10 matches you'll maybe meet up with like 2 or 3, and of those 2 or 3 maybe one you'll actually like fucking maybe, yeah, 2 or 3, let's say 5. Out of those 5 you'll meet up with maybe 3, you'll maybe fuck 1 or 2, and then out of those 2 people that you fuck or whatever the fuck happens, you'll maybe stay consistent with one of them, if that. One will be a one-night stand, the other might be multiple times, but it probably won't even work out past that. Yeah, the video's about to end soon, and I'm like, I don't even have time to like get another thing on me. I should have probably, in hindsight, lined up a couple of these, like took a couple like screenshots. In hindsight, I should have, but no. I think I got a couple in there. See, this is another one. This shit, if I could put a screenshot. I've been single for a while now, working on myself, but I do feel I'm ready to start meeting and dating folks again. I'm a yapper. Yeah, no fucking shit, you're a fucking yapper. If you put fucking paragraphs in this shit, plans during COVID, lockdown, blah, blah, bitch, all this shit, you can tell somebody after you match up with them. Why are you bombing your bot? Like, this is how you know bitches be bored. Bitches really be bored because they're telling whole life stories and they're, like, writing whole fucking books in their goddamn bios. Like, bitch, after we match up and potentially when we meet up, then you can talk about all this and this could be a part of the conversation and that's natural flow. But I'll be damned if I want to hear about all this bullshit you're telling me and we didn't even meet up. You're making me have to read through all this bullshit for, like, I might not even see you or meet up with you? Fuck you! Alright, that's gonna be the end of the video. Hope you like, or whatever, comment. Bye.